What's going on? You are tuned into Pick'em Gambling Show season premiere, brought to you by 2FootTalk. I am your host. They call me Young Lake. With me, Mr. Burr Oaks on the season opener. Oaks, how do you feel?
Man, I feel fucking great. These fools hung plus 400 on a Vinny dime. Madrid won today. No fucking duh. So yeah, one game, one dub, and it's my favorite time of the year. It's like every 3 days, I just get to wake up and go, Real Madrid's playing today, so that's gonna make it a good fucking day. We haven't lost a game since like January, bro. So yeah, life as a Madrid fan is just good as fuck. I'm happy to have club football back. I'm super excited to be doing live streams with you again. Besides this one, we went live with Nick earlier to talk about the Madrid game with the starting 11s out so we could talk player props. We got 2 live streams going tomorrow for La Liga. So yeah, super excited to be back in the mix and talking about European clubs again. Like, don't get me wrong, like I like Brazil. I watch the occasional MLS game. International window was dope this year, but clubs football is what we do the best, and I'm just excited to have what we're the best at back again.
So we got club football coming back. Italy's coming back. Spain's coming back. England's coming back. Will I have some back of my pocket Brazilian picks for you here and there? Probably.
Of course.
There's Copa Libertadores and Sudamericana tonight. I'm going to probably blind bet River Plate. I haven't decided yet. I guess we'll wait for a lineup, but part of me wants to just throw a unit on the money line, and hopefully they handle the business in the South American Cups.
Yeah, Penarol is just absolutely ass blasting the strongest right now.
Well, yeah, what you do is you bet Penarol at home, and then once the strongest is at home, then you go bet the strongest at home, and you just flip it.
That's Botafogo Palmeiras starting here in about an hour.
Yep, both teams
that's starting here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that one's both teams to score is plus 100. Just saying, no big deal, guys. Again, club football is back, but we're 10 toes down still. Put it that way. All right. Anyway, Brazil. I'm glad club football is back because Brazil was not nice to me last week. Last week's fuck yous. I literally just have the Brazilian Cup because I don't know who gives a fuck about it. I don't know which clubs are like, yo, we could actually win this, and which ones are like, shit, we're not going to win anything else. I don't know what lineups they're going to put in, and I don't always have the time to check. And I was like, wow, this number is really good on like Botafogo or Atletico MG or Palmeiras, and they just have all shitters in and no good players. And to the point where I can't even blindly bet both teams to score because you don't have any goal scorers in at all. They're either old-ass men that should retire or kids that are not ready to play grown man football. So, Brazilian Cup, you fucked me heavily. Also, Fluminense, I don't want to single you out specifically, but I need to know earlier if Thiago Silva's not playing because that method was working very well for me. And then I was like, I hopped into one game at halftime. I was like, yeah, Thiago Silva's on. What's the worst that could happen? Guys, they didn't win. What the fuck? All right, but anyway, I also have Brazilian shooters on here because they keep putting up like 20 plus
shots and not hitting the frame
on target. And the amount of both teams to score I lost last week is fucking unacceptable, especially when there's like 2, maybe 3 players missing due to red cards, and you're still just jacking for chicks and not hitting the rectangle period, let alone getting me a fucking goal. It's all very frustrating, especially when it's like simple passes down the line or to break down the last man or anything that isn't a 30-yard shot. At one point in the game, Brazilians are just like, nah, I'm pretty sure I need to shoot this if I touch it. And there's nothing else that goes in the offensive game plan. And I'm not mad about that. It's just you hit rectangle now, please. I have France on here. Be better, guys. Now I got to listen to Barcelona brag about how they won something even though they didn't do fucking anything. And they had like maybe like 5 or 6 players on the team. So that apparently now counts as a Barcelona. It's really sad how low Barcelona has fallen that they can't win shit. So now they got to try to like accept international trophies. Like, yo, well, Messi won Copa America. So we pretty much won that. And we won the Olympics and the Euro. So Barcelona.
You see these broke motherfuckers like, yeah, we're reopening talks on Luis Diaz, and Liverpool's like 75 million, dog. We know you ain't got that.
Yeah, facts. It's even funnier when like you actually see the people like that do the real research, and they're like, Deco is actually just running them into the ground. All they have to do is just accept the next 3 years we can't buy anyone, but instead they're like, well, we'll just this guy, and then we'll be good. And they
Right.
keep
Just
doing that.
60 milli on Danny Olmo, who we didn't even really need.
And just getting rid of any new youth products that would be good assets in the future just immediately for nothing. But hey, what do I know? What do I
You
know,
see,
man?
they want like 60 mil for Frankie De Jong, who like played like what 12 games last year.
Maybe. Oh, my last thing is shout out the Union and shout out Barabel for just being very good and nobody giving them enough love over in Philly. So do your thing, kid. Folks, what do you got?
I'm just gonna say, I don't know, fuck you to not to summer break, because like I really did kind of enjoy like not making content every fucking day and doing like 10 shows a week. But I am happy to be back on the grind. And, this is what I love to do, is talk club football. Fuck you to slow transfer windows, like in no futures markets, like with big international tournaments. Like, I know I'm repeating myself from shows we've done before, but like I don't have a ton of new fuck yous. I get super involved in Brazil the last couple of weeks. I've been grinding to try and figure out what I'm going to do here with the season kicking off and a couple of different projects that just wrapped up. So yeah, just I don't know, fuck you to all sorts of stuff that happened between the end of Euros/Copa and what's happening this weekend. It was just slow. It was slow and it was tough, but we're back, baby.
All right. We're back. You heard him, guys. First things first. This is Kick'em. We're going to go through the games that you can tell I picked, and you can tell which teams I don't like, and where I'm probably going to be betting a lot of goals, because you're going to be like, why are they talking about this game? And I'm going to be like, oh, I got like 6 different player props I'm going to probably play, and I'm going to take both teams score over 2.5. It's a fun little game that you can do at home, thinking, why the fuck did Leg pick this one? Or if my card markets are back, then you'll be like, oh, that's what he's about to talk about. So look forward to that all season. We're going to start it up in England. We are doing the first kickoffs in each league, except for maybe not Serie A, because that slate is straight trash.
I don't know. I like the Serie A slate this weekend.
Maybe I'm going to – so I have picks from Serie A, but as far as games I want to talk about in the Serie A, it was fucking trash. Because
yeah, I mean –
on the money line and over 1.5, or I'll take Atalanta to beat Lecce at Lecce. It's a beverage, but as far as games, it's slim pickings when it comes to something looking sexy. But we're starting in England. Kicking off with Manchester United versus Fulham. Oaks, I wanted to try to give Fulham a nod here where they're like, oh, they're having a decent transfer window. And I think they are. I mean, they picked up ESR. They did pick up that center back from Villarreal, and they brought back Sessegnon. So I like the pickups they made. It's just, are you gonna do shit? Like, you have no Mitrovic replacement at all whatsoever, not even a little bit. It doesn't even look like you tried to get one. I know you got what's his name, Broha, off of Chelsea. That maybe it'll work out. I feel like Willian was still one of your best attackers last season, which isn't really the best look for Fulham. Tim Ream is now going back to Charlotte. So we'll see how it works out for them. Man U, I do think that they are capable of playing good football. Marcus Rashford's done, unfortunately, for a lot of Manchester United and English fans. Marcus Rashford's done. There's no bounce back. I know it's going to take a couple of weeks here for your manager to accept it, but that is now Garnacho's position, and Diallo should be playing on the other side, and Rashford can be a backup striker or maybe get into the rotation for some cup matches. But that man is done. You should have sold him to PSG instead of giving him a contract extension. Bruno just got an extension, so this one for me, I'm taking both teams to score, and then I'm going to hit some player props. I'm looking at Bruno Fernandes. New contract means you get a little bit of extra energy in your boots. I think Garnacho has been just doing his best Cristiano impression every single time he goes out and scores a goal. So I'm not saying he's going to score us another one, but I would take him for shots. He's got that kind of confidence where I know he'll actually get in there, take some shots. Maybe he even hits the target for us. Maybe he sets something up. Diallo on the other side, I now can't trust to hit the target either because goddamn, man, I needed fucking one. Fast as shit, unbelievable lightning feet, but hit rectangle. Like, I don't know how to make it more simple. Hit rectangle, man. Nice left foot on the cut in. It's there. Just hit rectangle. That's it. And do they have a striker problem? Because who you put up front, Xerxes or Hoyland? They both had above average seasons in the Serie A and then went to Manchester United to play for Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah. Look, I think Fulham's kind of live here. I kind of like Fulham at the +1, right around even money. I think it's sitting at like -105, -110 right now. I am going to kind of wait and look at these lineups because I do want to see who's in, and I do want to see who's playing. I agree with you that they have been having some issues with who their striker is going to be. But I do like Iwobi. I like his shot on target. It's sitting at +120. Yeah. Again, I got to make sure that these guys are in the lineups. I fuck with Pereira out there in the midfield. Pereira's
stay jacking for chicks too, even when he played for Brazil. My man stayed jacking for chicks.
His shot on target's +170 right now, dog. Like, that's obnoxious to me against Man U. Like, Man U don't keep nobody out of the defense, like, back of the net. And then
also he's from Man U.
And yeah, a little revenge narrative there. We love those. And then they did sign ESR. So, like, ESR out there on the wing, if he starts, his shot on target's sitting at -115. You telling me Emile Smith-Rowe, who's been buried on the bench over at Arsenal, who's I've told you multiple times how much I like ESR's game, isn't going to find a way to put up some shots? I love that. And then Kobe Mainu to take 2 shots from the midfield is +265. Like, I don't know. I don't like Man U. You guys know I don't like Man U, and it's not because I don't like players on the team. There's plenty of players on the team I like. I just don't fuck with Bruno Fernandes. I don't fuck with the Rashford dick riding. 18 months ago, people were telling us that man deserves a Ballon d'Or. Look at him now. Just look at him now. And I don't really fuck with Mason Mount like that. But I do like Garnacho, and I do like some other guys on that team. So I think there's some value in Manu here. I like both teams to score over 2.5, sitting at -135. And yeah, I'm going to wait and watch Man U money and all of the ways people like to bet Man U get absolutely hammered. And if I can sneak in a Fulham +1 at a plus number, I might do that. And if this line walks all the way out to a point where I can get Fulham +1.25, I'm probably going to take Fulham on the +1.25.
Yeah, this one kind of screams like a 2-1 Man U win if they're able to squeeze it out. Maybe Bruno Fernandes penalty kick, you know what I mean? Type of deal. Moving on. Next one we got Newcastle, which I don't know if you've seen their kits, but I am a fan, and man, are they going to stick out. We got Newcastle versus Southampton. I have nothing good to say about Southampton, and you're going into Newcastle. So you're going into St. James Park. It is not an easy stadium to play in. Newcastle is actually healthy. Tonali is back. Southampton, what did Southampton do to strengthen their team? If anyone has any ideas of how Southampton's going to all of a sudden be able to compete with Newcastle, let me know. I think Newcastle has a better manager, better squad, more experience in the Premier League at this point. They play at a higher level, and I think their stadium is actually pretty tough to go travel to. So I think this is going to be a rough one for Southampton. That being said, Newcastle has a little bit of a goalie problem here. Is Nick Pope fully fit? Is Nick Pope ready to go again? He got a long rest here since he didn't go and travel with England for the Euros. Who is starting on this Newcastle back line? They were trying to get rid of Trippier. Does that mean Livramento is taking the spot? Who's going to play left back? Like, are we still gonna see what's his face? Really tall, lanky bull. Why can't I think of his name? Burns. Is Burns be playing left back still? Because I still don't think he got the pace to keep up with top level wingers. There's a chance that like we could see a Theo Walcott-esque moment for a Southampton winger if we see Burns at left back. Isak Windcast, I'm completely here for, and I agree. The number sucks dick on it. Isak to score was like minus 160, 170, and Newcastle's what, like minus 320, minus 230. I forget what number it was exactly. So I'm with you. I agree. He balled the fuck out, but Southampton's going to get their ass beat here. I'm excited to watch this game, though. I do love Eddie Howe football, and I love to see what Lewis Miley is going to do in his second year. So I'm looking for goals. I do think Southampton could get one, maybe. If Dubrovka's in net, I will take both teams to score for sure. Got his goal for minus 120. Must be nice. I looked at that shit. It said minus 175. I said, God damn. Already?
Nice early snipe there. Hey, what's going on, Myron? Good to see you. Player or team futures? I don't know. We'll circle back around to that in a minute. Yeah, I don't hate Southampton to get relegated. Pretty good number on that too, at least last time I looked. As far as Newcastle Southampton's concerned, it's Newcastle by 1 million. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's at St. James Park. It's Newcastle by 1 million. The line's minus 275 on Newcastle. Like, it's going to be tough to find value. And until I see a starting 11 out of Newcastle, I very much like Isak, but yeah, the player prop number is kind of whack on him right now. And I think there's a lot of really tricky numbers in the EPL this week outside of player props, because I do love a lot of player prop value there. I think there's a lot of whack numbers. I think there's a lot of really tilted numbers. I think that every game is set at over 3.25 goals on the Asian handicap. So unless you want to talk unders, then I think it's going to be really hard to find, that sort of value. So I'm out on this Newcastle Southampton game. I also think that like games that aren't going to be entertaining to talk about have the best numbers, like Nottingham Forest Bournemouth. Like, I know we're not going to talk about that game, but like there's 3 or 4 bets I like in that game. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that and keep it moving and keep chiming in on all the games Leg wants to talk about, because I do have a good amount of like bets. It's just, it's a little more difficult to find the value here in EPL, especially with the popularity of EPL growing. Like, the handle on EPL is starting to get to a point where these numbers aren't as soft as stuff we see in La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, and France.
Hold on. Did we do Arsenal yet? Hey, let me just spark something up here for you. We're not doing Arsenal. They're playing Wolves, and
right at minus 500.
Nobody is healthy for Wolves, and they sold Neto, so it's gonna be Hwang versus the world there. So yeah. No, we're not gonna talk about. Say something nice about Arsenal. They're gonna beat the shit out of Wolves. Also, this is opening week.
And if you don't at the Emirates, you should
be aware of what you've seen before for opening week. You don't take a lot of I know these guys do this. You just go with these guys don't lose on opening week. Anytime you see any stats where it's like, hey, these guys haven't lost the last 14 like opening days, just take that team, because they're going straight off of vibes there. That's just winning opening day vibes, because nobody has seen a fucking lick of any Premier League matches, La Liga matches, Serie. Nobody's seen any of it. It's week 1. So have you got any dope stats like that? Like, I know Barcelona, I think, has the record for most consecutive opening day wins. I'm probably going to bet Barcelona if it's a bettable number. Like, you got to go with the
140. We'll get
correct
to that.
Score, 5-0. Fair enough. I could see it. Moving on. This one, pretty excited about this one, actually.
Yeah, same.
West Ham versus Aston Villa. They both made a couple of key transfer moves that I am personally very excited to watch. Now, I do think West Ham's going to fuck it up. They're going to get that nice, sweet, like, Leg's probably wrong about West Ham's spot where they hop up to, like, 7th place. or like 4th place and think they're going to do something and then immediately fall back down to like 10th where they belong. Fulkrug is a great pickup for them.
Yo,
I've said that about a lot of forwards that West Ham has picked up,
Samacha.
and they almost never use them properly and never move forward. So I am nervous for West Ham, but also very excited. Same with this Aston Villa team. I do trust Emery Ball, and he always seems to go out and get players that he knows will be able to emulate exactly what he wants to do. I think there's a peak for him as a manager, which is like a Europa League title, but still, Aston Villa would love to get to that level at this point. Aston Villa to get closer to regular Champions League football is obviously their goal, and I think Emery's a guy that can get them closer to that. And he's one of those managers that he brings in realistic targets that are still making them better.
Mm-hmm. And they do, and he helps them do good business. Like, okay, the club wanted to move on from Diaby because Saudi Arabia came in and dropped a giant bag on you. That's fine. And then Emery's like, all right, well, we got to go get these 3 guys for like 20 to 25 mil a piece then.
I'm with you. I like both teams to score, and I like both teams to score over 2.5, but it's also the Premier League, so that's minus 140. So
Yep.
then we got to add something else in. Like, it'd be really nice if I could just go like Ollie Watkins to score, assist, over 2.5, both teams to score in a same game parlay. However, I don't know where the fuck I'm going to be able to do that because books are lame. And honestly, just betting both teams to score over 2.5 in the Premier League feels like a little bit of a cop out now since the numbers always suck so bad.
They're
You really have to
so
wait
juiced,
for
dude.
another ass game for like Arsenal or Man City to play against somebody really shit and they just have a slow start and they get one and then they're just scrambling for a while. That's the only time I feel good about betting like a plus sign both teams to score in the Premier League.
Yeah, like hit the nail on the head. Both teams to score over 2.5 here, minus 145. It fucking sucks, but I do like it. Well, Myron was asking, you guys know I love Villa. You guys know I love Emery, just like Leg was just saying. These guys absolutely have to come out here fired out of a fucking cannon and stack as many points as humanly possible because they have to play Champions League football. We saw what happened when Newcastle went and played Champions League football after being like a good team again. They struggled. And that's the struggle when you're a team that's not a perennial Champions League appearance and you're not deep and you're not used to that sort of travel and you just don't have the depth. I think Villa is going to struggle to be top 6 this year. I think that top 6 is a great expectation for them. I want them to be playing Europa League. I'm interested to see what they do in Champions League and where they shift their focus to when they have two other domestic competitions on top of the league. I think that Villa on the draw no bet at plus 100 is here. Now, I know historically they've struggled a bit away at West Ham, but I think that this team is good enough right now. And I think that they're only going to get better once Tyrone Mings comes back from his knee injury. He got injured basically a year ago to the day. He went out in their either first match or like second match with that ACL injury. You guys all know that me and Leg really like Mings. 1, because he's a pretty good defender. 2, he's a fucking hack and his card price is always delicious. So, I think this is going to be a tough one. I think that Ollie Watkins at plus 190 definitely has some value. Fulkerg at plus 200 has some value. Speaking of West Ham like signings that I'm super pumped about, they got Somerville, our Colombian homie from Leeds. If Somerville's playing in that starting 11, I'm definitely going to be taking a look at his prices. And then I think Kudos is getting criminally underrated on his prices for not only like shots on target and goals, but like I think that has the potential to be a nasty front three. Again, we could get David Moist and they could just keep running Antonio out there for no goddamn reason. And I'll just be furious at the Hammers again all season. But I think the Hammers are really live here. I like their signings. And I hope that they find a way to put it all together.
Myron, let me break your heart really quick for a second here. So first things first, Man City's never going to get charged. They're going to get in trouble for shit. They're going to have their lawyers keep pushing everything back, pay whatever fines. and they're going to be all good to the point where everyone has done something shady and they'll get dirt on everybody and yada yada. I'd also love to be wrong, and I'd love them to get penalized because then I would definitely bet them after they're penalized because then they'll have that little chip on their shoulder and it's Pep Guardiola and their team
And
is
they'll just
blatantly
body
better than
everybody.
everyone else. So I feel like it's a win-win to bet City no matter what. Speaking of Chelsea versus Man City. So this is the big game of the weekend. Honestly, a tough start for Chelsea here because new manager and your first game is at home versus the back-to-back defending English champions, Pep Guardiola, who is now got to be considered one of the greatest managers in Premier League history, right up there, if not past Sir Alex Ferguson at this point, which is really sad to say because I love Fergie. But it's just a tough one for any any manager. There's a few managers I think that would have like the confidence to go into this one and not really give a fuck and just go do their thing. Probably like a Conte, Mourinho, Ancelotti type of deal where they've been there before, they've lost, they've won, yada yada. Chelsea's. Do we even remember the name of Chelsea's manager? Is this a finalized manager?
I
Like,
don't know,
does
man.
he definitely have the job? Is this an interim manager? Like, what is their exact plan here? Because I don't want to be a hater. I know they got another Italian manager that's usually worked out pretty well for them. What's his name? Maresca? I just, where did you get him from? He was Leicester's old manager, I think, or that was the last team he coached, and now he's running Chelsea for the
Holland might
Belgian
score
manager.
5 on them. Jacob, have you seen City play away ever?
Might score
When's the
5.
last time City scored 5 in an away game?
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I really do feel for Chelsea here though, because City, you're getting an awesome number on City money line. Yeah, not very often are you going to get City around even money for their money line against anyone, especially when you can get them against Chelsea, where I'll create whatever bullshit revenge narrative you want. If you want a Kovacic one, a Sterling one, we can figure one out here. But I do like both teams to score. Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, I do think they can get one. I do like City on the money line, even though they struggle scoring away. I think that I
It's
don't
not that
know.
they struggle scoring away. They just play pet ball where it's like, no, we're going to hold this for 75 minutes, back it out to the center back every fucking play, and then switch the field and do that 9 times. And
Yeah,
turns
but
out
here's
it's
the
0-0
difference.
halftime.
Nobody's actually hurt. So we're going to see KDB going at them because what the fuck does he have to lose? There's another revenge angle for you guys because he fucking despises Chelsea. So I'll probably end up taking his props. All I see to do is kick it to a gigantic Norwegian kid that can only run forward and kick ball into rectangle. So that, and all you got to do is watch out for fucking Sterling on the other end if you wanted to come up with your bullshit Chelsea revenge narrative. I think Nani Madueke is where you're going to get the best odds for everything. I think he's going to be taking a majority of free kicks. I think they're also going to be hopefully giving him some right wing back type odds rather than right wing. So I'm hoping to get his shot to score assists, shot from outside the box. Cole Palmer is Cole Palmer, Jacob. That's true. Revenge game for Cole Palmer as well. That's why I love the City Chelsea game so much because you can just take whatever revenge angle you want and run with it. But both teams to score is my favorite bet for this game.
Yeah, and it's still long. Like it's still like minus 180.
Yep.
Even in a tough game. Look, City money line is probably the way to go here. I'm with Leg. I like both teams to score. I don't love the over 2.5. What I really like is a first half under and Chelsea to score first.
Who scores first if Chelsea scores first?
Probably Cole Palmer. Or Jackson. I don't hate Jackson either.
Action Jackson.
Jackson and Konku if he's healthy.
That's the other sad thing. What's good?
I like Chelsea to rip a fuck ton of first half shots. Like I'm not gonna sit here and go through that market and give you guys all the numbers. I'm gonna wait until I see the lineup. But yeah, I love Chelsea to jack for chicks the entire first half. Every time they get the ball pulled away from City, I like them to try and break it over the top, and whoever the fuck gets on the end of it, shoot.
All right. And I thought about doing Leicester versus Tottenham, but I won't really get excited for Leicester unless Jamie Vardy's starting. So we're just gonna move on to the greatest league there is. It's no football.
It's La Liga. Real quick before we go to La Liga, Myron, I did a little bit of looking, and this is just off the top of the dome. I didn't shop any of them around. To finish top half, I think West Ham to finish in the top 10 at minus 140 is a really good kind of futures look. I think Fulham low key might be able to finish in the top half at plus 270. And I think everybody forgot that Ivan Toney's not going fucking anywhere. Brentford to finish in the top half is plus 340.
Hold on, let me look at all the teams in the Premier League really quick. I'll tell you where they're gonna finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they'd have to be 9th or 10th
For Brentford?
for Everton, Brentford, or West Ham.
Yeah.
You know what? I think they could land right around there. You're right.
That's what
And
I'm thinking. Like,
depending how Brighton does. Brighton's the only thing that might throw things off.
I think Brighton's gonna have a tough go.
Yeah, probably. All right. Anyway, back to Spain, guys. Back to Spain. Bilbao versus Tafe. This is the first match of the La Liga season 24-25 in the Basque Country. And all I'm going to say is Nico Williams gets all the headlines. Nico Williams switches to the number 10. I'm probably going to take all the Nico Williams props. Even better for the double props if he gives it to his brother. It's usually double money for me, too, when he gives it to his brother because we stay running it up with the Williams brothers. Other than that, I'm going Bilbao in the Basque Country at San Mames. Bilbao money line and over 1.5. Did Oaks just go black screen on me? What is this guy doing to me right now? Oh, no, he's back again over here.
Sorry about that. My internet had a seizure.
I was about to say, I don't know what just happened. But anyway, besides Williams Brothers props, we're going Bilbao money line over 1.5. Getafe. Wow, what can I say about Getafe? Absolutely nothing. Your Wonder Boy's gone now too. So what are you gonna do without Mason Greenwood? Good lord. Good luck to anyone on Getafe. Jamie Mata, maybe he's making a comeback. I don't know what Getafe's plan is. I have not seen any sort of exciting news from Getafe where I'm like, wow, that's gonna change everything. Culture, they're gonna win. Nothing. Oaks, say something nice about Getafe.
They might play okay defense at home. They're going to get curb stomped by Bilbao in the Basque Country. Like, they're going to get absolutely shit pumped. I'm right there with you. I'll get into player props tomorrow when I and Nick are doing a live stream again at 12:15? Yeah, 12:15 Eastern. But I like Bilbao team total over 1.5 here at minus 135, and I love Bilbao in the over 1.5. I also think Bilbao clean sheet here. Bilbao win to a 0. I don't see Getafe getting in the back of the net. We all know Simone had a great Europa campaign, is Spain's national keeper. We all saw him last year. Bilbao just doesn't cough up goals at home very often, and they're certainly not going to do it to a hapless Getafe who is without Unal, who they sold, without Greenwood, without pretty much anybody that got buckets for him last year. So I have no fucking clue where buckets are coming from for Getafe, and it's Bilbao by 1 million.
Yeah, hold on. Who do they have up front? Because they don't have him anymore either. Is it literally just Mayoral now?
I think it is. It's just Mayoral.
Is gone, right? Wanmi's is gone. Wow, yeah, rough times for Getafe.
Yeah, it's hard out here in these streets.
Yeah, facts. Second Thursday game we got is Real Betis versus Girona. I don't like this game at all. On paper, we should love this game.
Yep.
We got Fakir playing again. Borja Iglesias, is he back?
I believe so. I watched Borja play.
Yeah, but I don't know. Is he gonna start, you think?
I don't know. They get Wanmi back from loan too. I think I saw him playing in some preseasons.
But Isco's still hurt, so I figured Juan would probably play one of the attacking spots.
Yeah.
So this one and Girona just did not fill any. We lost Savino, we lost Dovvik.
Girona is going to be fighting for their life.
Is hurt. Girona is just in an absolute. Girona is pretty much just Manchester City's Spanish academy team.
Yeah,
so,
Girona's down bad.
Yeah, there's nothing good going on at Girona. Donny Van de Beek, I know, scored in his debut for the team. Maybe Donny Van de Beek has a renaissance. I fucking doubt it. Real Betis at home. I like them at home. No disrespect to Girona. I'm still nervous to just take a Betis money line here, but that's which way I'm leaning on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. And yeah, it's all going to come down to me on whether or not Isco plays this game. Same thing I said last year. No Isco, no disco. That said, I do think Girona is going to struggle. But Betis, they don't keep a lot of clean sheets. Yes, they are better at home, but both teams to score is sitting at minus 140 here. That's not a terrible number. I do lean Betis on the money line at plus 140, but again, it's going to come down to tomorrow afternoon when we go live, and I'm looking at the starting 11 on whether or not I'm going to pull the trigger on that Betis money line at plus 140. I do like that Betis has some pacey young wingers. Again, I just got to look at this lineup and kind of refresh myself on who's on Betis. So, yeah, and if you guys see my cool new little board back here, it says Hala Madrid, Forza Milan, up the Villa. And in the middle, it says get Betis a fucking number 9. So somebody go get Betis a number 9.
I was gonna say I like a lot of the random players on Betis. I like Rodri, I like DL, the young attacking winger, but they have absolutely nobody to go and actually go get them a goal down the middle.
Right, we just need somebody huge. Like, get me somebody that looks like Eden Dzeko and put him in the middle of the fucking box and let Fekir and Isco winging crosses to his forehead.
Yeah, it should be that hard to figure out, guys. All right, anyway, next one I got Valencia versus Barcelona. It is in Valencia. I feel like you guys already heard me say Barcelona has the longest streak of opening day wins because, yeah, I'm taking Barcelona money line. Hey, you see me? You see this guy wearing 2 Madrid shirts, Madrid jacket, and sitting behind with the Madrid chair? Yeah, take Barcelona on the money line. Don't ever fucking think this shit either. Don't also overhype Lamine Yamal. Just remember that he only had 5 goals last season and started about 32 games. So just keep that in mind. I know we got to watch Euros and got to be blinded by that one left-footed strike that he had, but this is La Liga. Defense is hard. It's hard to get those goals away from home.
And Valencia is nasty dirty too. Like, Valencia wants to bury him under the stadium. You watched him hang an effigy of Vinny and get a bunch of fines for racist chants, right? Like, Valencia don't play at home.
Yeah. I also like if minus 140 is not a good enough number for you, Barcelona money line over 1.5. I think Lewandowski win cast would be a great number for this one. Kind of screams penalty kick in this game as well. If you need anything weird to throw some money at, if you wanted more of a long shot, both these teams are scumbag clubs. They are going to scumbag each other in both ways that they have mastered each. It's going to be a nice little Spanish football classic here. It's more of a nostalgic thing for me now because I remember watching Danny Parejo and David Villa with David Silva bossing this Valencia team in like the mid 2000s. And Barcelona was still handling business then. So keep the streak going, Barca.
Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez is the ref for this game, and he's a fucking scumbag.
I was going to say, really?
Yeah. So I love cards in this game. Just based off of Martinez being the ref. I like both teams to score here, too. Valencia last year showed that they defend home turf very well. So even if they lose to Barcelona, I don't think they do it without getting a goal. And also that Barcelona like midfield and defense is fucking ass. Like their midfield's good going forward and creating, but they don't defend super well. And I think Valencia will be able to find a goal here. They still got Hugo Duro over there, right?
Yeah, on Valencia, he's also a little scumbag too, though, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, and fuck. Do
Oh,
they
that
still have the kid
also
that we
averaged
loaned them to?
What'd you say?
Do they still have the kid we loaned them to? What the
Peter
fuck?
isn't over there anymore. He was on loan, came back, and then we sold him to Hatafe, I think.
Okay.
Also, that ref averaged 5.2 cards per game last season.
Yeah, Martinez, he's a
not even the highest
scumbag.
one.
He's a Barca dick riding scumbag too.
Oh,
So yeah, I mean, Hugo Duro is probably the guy I think is going to score here for Valencia. I do like Valencia to find the back of the net. Minus 130 is definitely not a bad price on both teams to score because, like I said, who's playing on the back line for Barcelona? Like I know Yao Cancelo, but he pushes forward, and I don't think he's that great of a defender.
He was on loan.
Okay, yeah, Arujo's still hurt. Blade is. I guess this one he's 20. Andres, he's okay. I like him. He's big, and he gets up for aerials, but like he can be gotten to on the back line. Koundé isn't that good.
Hater. I love Koundé. Oh, dude, Gaia and Diakabi are also hurt for Valencia too, so that back line is going to be mix and
Swiss
match.
cheese.
Yeah, should be a great time. Moving on, what everybody came for. Mallorca versus Real Madrid. We are another case of, hey, Real Madrid's playing on opening day. It could be really bad, and you could look at our home record on opening day, which goes back, I want to say 3 decades now, but we're away.
We also smacked Bilbao in the Basque Country last year to start the season 2-0, so.
Agreed. On the island, this is always just a tough game just because I know Vinicius hates his fucking team, and this team goes after Vinicius so much. And we now have 3 players that they're going to all go after for the same thing of being not white, really fast, and really good. And also they know that they can make them angry by just saying things and fouling them. So I'm looking at Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Vinny for cards, as well as pairing them with to score assists or goals or assists, depending which one. Vinny, I lean assists. Mbappe, I lean goal. Jude, I lean for both. You know what I mean here? So Mallorca, another scumbag racist team for me. I always assume Vinny is going to get a little extra motivation to put a dent in this team, as well as probably piss off the referee and get a booking. So my 2 things for this is, if you love hacks, this is a perfect game for you. It's the same 4 guys every single time. It's fucking whatever rat face his name is, Mateo, that's going to be playing right back. It's Rayo, who's going to be down the middle with the armband on, that puts his fucking badge in front of Vinny's face. So just always look at the same guys. It's still going to be Vinny. It's still going to be Jude. I know they complain to the refs a lot. I know they're going to be getting fouled a lot. They might even dive a couple times. So the cards are going to go to those 4 people. And I'm not positive. I'm just extremely certain, 98%, that these motherfuckers are all going to be getting cards. If they don't, La Liga has changed their ways, and props to them for figuring it out. You know what? We're going to be stand-up guys. We're not going to give out cards anymore. We're going to pretend that this is the German league and Jacques is not playing. That's what we're going to do. Real Madrid -1.
It's Cesar Soto Guardo is the ref.
No, it fucking isn't.
Yeah.
All right, well, that just confirms everything, and then you can add in like 4 more names, because this is the guy that literally averaged the most yellow cards in the league per game, and he's horrendous. Anytime you see Soto, just know that this referee is going. This officiating job is just going to be fucking heinous. Real Madrid -1. We're used to that shit though, so I don't even care anymore. Real Madrid -1.
Yeah, I also like Madrid team total over 1.5 at -135. You guys watched this play today, didn't you? Do you think we're going to look as bad the first 45 as we did the first 45 minutes? That was the first time those guys had stepped on the pitch together in any game. They all laid the whole preseason off because they were like, no, you work too hard in Europe. Don't get on a plane and come to America. You can just go train and then we'll go win trophies. Don't worry about it. You guys are good. We know you guys know how to play football. And Don Carlo is a big, just go out there and fucking ball, guys. I don't know. I have a lot of instructions for you. Right. Have you guys thought about just being awesome? I know you're awesome. Just go out there and be awesome. But yeah, it's Madrid by 1 million here. It is Mallorca. It is on the island. Expect them to put 9-10 guys behind the ball the entire time. I don't know who Mallorca's coach is, but he better have fucking figured out that Mariki's not the answer to anything. So play Kyle Larin. If Kyle Larin plays, I'll probably look at him for shot on target.
Yeah, this is gonna be a player prop heavy game for me. Besides just taking Real Madrid -1, -1.5, Real Madrid team total, and I'm gonna go ham. Last Spanish game, Villarreal versus Atletico Madrid. So unfortunately for Villarreal, Atletico Madrid is another very good opening day. I think on the flip side though, Villarreal at home on opening day, they did have a really good record, but we played them I think 2 or 3 years ago, so the record doesn't look as good right now. That being said, I still run with Atleti here. I think Atleti made some extremely strong moves, especially going out and getting Julian Alvarez, getting themselves a real striker. If Chelsea's also stupid enough to give them 65 million for João Felix, when I'm pretty sure they were asking for half that from like Barcelona, it would just be shocking to me. Now, it seems like a very Chelsea move to get a player because, why not get another forward and overpay for him and probably not work out at all? And Atleti just somehow always gets a good striker. I don't know how Atleti's able to do it where they just always fucking have a good striker. Even like when Griezmann randomly wants to step up, Morata randomly wants to step up.
Griezmann's their only like real striker anymore, by the way.
Well, they just got Julian Alvarez, who I do rate very highly, and I am a little upset that he went to that team. I'll be honest.
He's not registered yet, just so you know.
Well, I will expect to see him in the
they have till Monday to register him. Otherwise, he's not registered right now.
Madrid shouldn't lose a game. You know what the funny thing is that we only lost 1 last year, and then we picked up Mbappe.
Yeah.
Sorloth, I don't hate that. Sorloth, he was what, second in goals last season?
Yep.
I feel like he's not good in like the front 9 though, if we're being completely transparent about it. And Villarreal didn't really have their team figured out until the last like 4 or 5 months of the season. So I want to see how they're going to come out in this game. I think this is a really good test for them, but I still lean Atleti. I lean Simeone. I'm going with the experience. I'm going with the guys that I've already watched do this again and again, year in, year out. Both teams to score, though, I do like.
I do too, because Villarreal is always tough at home. Look, you guys know, you shouldn't have to hear me say it all the time. If Lino's playing forward from what is typically is, either left or right back position, Samuel Lino just bombs shots on target and shoots them. So I'm going to be looking right at Lino props. I fucking hate Rodrigo de Paul. He's away at Villarreal. Atleti has a lot of problems. Like, go back and look. Atleti's not the same team outside the Wanda. They're just not. So, yeah, I think they cough one up. I think Rodrigo de Paul's a fucking scumbag. He's going to get booked. And I'll need to see who else is playing. And again, like I said, they have a lot of time because this game isn't the late game until Monday, but they need to get Julian Alvarez registered because right now Griezmann and Rodrigo Raquime, however you say it, the 24-year-old, those are the only 2 forwards signed to this team right now.
The only reason that Julian Alvarez wasn't registered is because they didn't know if they should use him as an EU passport or as a South American passport, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Because
I know it's not because they have money problems. They spent more money this transfer window than in the last 3 years combined. So, Atleti got money. They need to register him, and I need to see a starting 11. The money line has been walking away. You could have gotten like Atleti at plus 160 last Thursday, last Friday. It's down to plus 115 now. So if you want to get on the Atleti bandwagon, get on right the fuck now, because this is going to close at a minus number.
Yep, it is. All right, moving on. We're going over to Italy. I only have 2 Italian games, and I'm sure Oaks will have some more Italian picks as the days go on. We're having a lot of live shows. Let's keep it moving here. First things first, we're doing the opening game, which is Genoa versus Inter. I don't have a lot to say about this game. Inter's really good. I like Inter on the money line and over 1.5. It's sitting at minus 110 right now. That number's going to go down. Inter is much better than Genoa and, frankly, the rest of the Italian league. So I didn't see anyone make any real moves where I'm like, oh, man, they're really going to challenge Inter. I don't think it was really that close last season, to be completely honest. I think this is more going to be Inter fumbled it rather than anyone went out and beat Inter. And Genoa is not one of the teams that I see them fumbling to. Martinez.
I like how Milan's playing, but again, I'm a huge.
Hold on, everybody laugh at Roma. Because what the fuck are you guys going to do? You lost Dybala. You still got El Shaarawy, but don't worry, you have Dovbyk and Tammy Abrams. You're going to put 2 gigantic people up front. Yeah, Dovbyk and Tammy Abrams. That'll work out, right? They'll probably work really well in the 2-striker system.
Yeah. I don't hate. I mean, you need some wingers there. You need somebody like Savio to put the ball in to Dovbyk. And like, don't get me wrong, I like Dovbyk. I don't think Roma's a terrible shout at plus 200 to make top 4, but I think they're going to struggle to get there. Look, Lautaro Martinez. I don't know how you don't take him for a goal. The guy won the Golden Boot, and he scores a bunch of fucking buckets, and he just got a contract extension, and, he scores hella buckets. The other thing I'd say is I'm interested to see if they continue to ride with Thuram, or if Taremi's going to get more tick, or if they maybe go to a front 3 system there. But then my big concern is, who the fuck are you taking out of that midfield? Because that's the nastiest midfield outside of Madrid on the planet. So, I like Inter here. Team total over 1.5 is minus 140, which I don't think is a bad number at all. But yeah, I'm going to end up taking Lautaro Martinez Wincast.
All right.
Genoa's tough. I mean, they can play decent defense. I'm not saying that they're going to score on Inter, but like, I also don't think that Inter is going to drop 6 on them.
All right, I'm moving on. Milan versus Torino. This is my last Italian game. This is one of the only ones I actually liked and thought the numbers looked decent, where we could talk about a little of everything here. Milan is another team on opening day, usually performs fairly well, especially when they're at the San Siro. I don't especially rate Torino that highly, as well as they haven't really made any moves that moves the needle for me besides Zapata when they signed him. What was that, like now a year ago?
They got him off of Atalanta last year at the end of the transfer window.
Yeah, so it's nothing crazy here. I'm taking Milan on the money line. I love the attack that they have. The Pulisic, Leao, Chukwueze connection for me is everything. I really hope they don't start Jovic, but it seems to me like that's what they're going to do. I don't think that's the best decision for them.
Did they not have Morata debut? He's registered. I saw him with a kit on.
Yeah, I know. It's just I feel like I've watched Jovic in the starting lineup more than I've seen Morata. And Morata's getting a little older. Morata's now feels disrespected by Spain, yada, yada. I don't know what Morata we're going to see.
Yeah.
Morata leading Serie A scorer. Yeah, there's a reason that it's plus 1,200, bro.
Listen, I'm not going to do it. I like Morata. I think he's a little bit better than Giroud. He's definitely younger. But yeah, for every goal Morata makes, he's going to make you rip your hair out for the 3 gigantic chances he misses. Now, that said, he's getting great service in from Leao, Chukwueze, and Pulisic. But Morata's good. He's just not super consistent. Now, he does have a history in the Italian league playing for Juve. So we'll see. We'll see. That said, I do want to talk about Torino here a little bit because I think they made a really good signing in going out and getting Che Adams. I think that can work out well for them because they needed somebody else there to help Zapata out, who's just backpacking that whole fucking club. He had like every goal for them last year. He was ripping like 5 shots a game. So somebody's got to help Zapata out. That said, I think Milan's going to continue to struggle to keep clean sheets. So I don't hate both teams to score here at -105. I'm not going to get super into this one because I do need to cover this game 3 separate times on 3 separate shows after this. So we're doing a live stream for this because you guys know I fuck with AC Milan heavy. So we're doing a live stream for this one with starting 11s. I'm covering this one with Flash and yeah, I'll give you both teams to score here. You guys know I lean Milan, but, you know, I'd be looking right at Zapata props. I'd be waiting for lineups here. Again, anytime Pulisic is anywhere near a fucking plus number for a shot on target, it's an absolute no-brainer for me.
Now I got to go check how old Che Adams is that you think he's going to be doing something.
He's 28.
He just looks like he's like fucking 38 when he's moving now. That's just what he's doing now. Also, for these guys getting a little too excited, talking about Morata leading goal scorer or Dovbyk leading goal scorer, I just took Taremi at plus 2,800, who I think is going to have more goals than both of them. How about that? Yeah, we're just making random long shots. We're doing Taremi. Okay. Last game, it's the German Super Cup, Leverkusen versus Stuttgart. Leverkusen. I don't give a fuck about preseason, but they have not had a great start to their preseason or following up any of what they did at the end of last year. Just what an awful way to go out. Stuttgart, I think, is getting blessed by Leverkusen, though. I think Leverkusen is going to beat the shit out of Stuttgart.
How is this the Super Cup, by the way?
Because I think Stuttgart made it to the cup final against them. So now it's just like, all right, that was the closest person that did something in Germany.
I was going to say, like, how is it every year the Super Cup's always just Bayern and Dortmund, and we got neither of them.
Yeah, I don't even remember who came in second last year. Was it Stuttgart?
No, it was Bayern.
No, Bayern really came in second.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Stuttgart did. So
in
it's
the league?
Second, yes, in the league.
No way.
Yep, Stuttgart at 73 points, Bayern at 72.
Holy shit.
So that's why we're watching Stuttgart.
And Stuttgart sold everybody who's good on their team. They're going to get absolutely blessed, dude.
They are. It's going to be bad. They sold their striker, right?
No, they sold Derossi to fucking...
They have Undav, and they have... What's his face? Oh, wait, they did sell Derossi. You're right.
They sold him to Dortmund.
Why the fuck is Dortmund always buying strikers, guys? What the fuck?
Dortmund's just a striker building machine, dude.
I guess that's what they're doing now. All right, guys, you know how we do it over here. It is season opener. It's week 1. Let's get back into the Golden Booty. Golden Booty race. I got the summer one going. Oaks cooked last year in the Golden Booty race. So we're back again. Clean slate for everyone. Now, the wheel looks a little bit different because we only have EPL, La Liga, Serie A on top of Oaks' Wild, Wiles Wild, Double Booty, and pick a 4-goal jaunt. So
Jacob, probably not. I don't think Stuttgart scores. I think Leverkusen might keep a clean sheet there.
No, I don't like both teams to score at all. I wouldn't want to have to sweat that at all because I think Leverkusen is going to come out hot and heavy immediately.
I'd rather take Leverkusen team total over 2.5 than take both teams to score.
Agreed. If you haven't been here before, pick a 4-goal, John, is pretty much you just got to pick a game that's going to have more than 4 goals or 4 goals exactly.
4 more goals.
Yeah. Oaks' Wild is Oaks' pick. Wild's pick is my pick. Double Booty means you open up a whole new wheel and we go to the Double Booty wheel and then you get to pick 2 people. And then you could get 2, a.k.a. Double Booty. And then EPL, Serie A, and La Liga is goal scorers from those selective leagues. Oaks, after being champion of last year's Golden Booty, you are going to start us off. Get ready for the banger, guys.
That's back-to-back golden booties in a row.
We out here.
Oh, I missed this fucking pop, dude.
Move with the rhythm, shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
All right. Need a TPL gold score from Oaks.
I'm gonna take Ivan Tooney at plus 190.
Wow, that's wildly high.
Right? And they're playing Crystal Palace, who sold like everybody.
Saka just went over there.
I also kind of want, like, I think the number on Big Chris Wood's a little ridiculous too, playing Bournemouth with no striker now.
Yeah, but who's gonna serve the ball to him?
It's Big Chris Wood. Just fucking wing it in there. You're fucking
right. I know we know that's easy, but who the fuck on that team can kick it in there? Apparently,
that's
in England, apparently that's a crazy skill because they're like, yo, Trent Alexander-Arnold might be the greatest fullback of all time because he knows how to hit a fucking looping cross into the box.
Right, like put Big Chris Wood on Batiste, he'll get 20 fucking buckets, dude.
All right, here we go.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
All the numbers on Madrid probably suck, right?
No. So like our money line's tight enough where they might not suck. I'm pulling it up right now.
I didn't think the money line was that tight, is it?
It's only minus 170.
Oh wow, that's nice.
And before today's game, we could have gotten it in at minus 150.
Oh wow, Mbappe's plus 125. I'm gonna go Vinny Jr.
I like it.
I'm on same game parlay, so there's no way Mbappe is actually gonna be a plus on.
I actually don't see him listed, to be fair, but Vinny's plus 120.
Yeah, I had him at plus 130.
Okay, cool.
That's why I was like, all right, cool. Vinny hates his team.
Yeah, for some reason, the only numbers up are Caesars, and he's not listed on Caesars for some reason.
That's shady.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just using the line shopping tool. I figured that'd be easier. Normally, it's like FanDuel's at least listed, but maybe with the game being Sunday night, it's too far in advance for him.
I have no idea. All right, let me give you my 15. We'll get the fuck out of here, guys. A lot of Spain. We have Bilbao money line and over 1.5 versus Getafe at minus 115. Barca money line versus Valencia minus 140. Real Sociedad money line versus Vallecano. Sociedad at the crib minus 160. Yeah, sure, I'll eat a little juice for that. Zubamendi to score or assist. The man that denied Liverpool and infuriated all the Scousers. Yes, he loves Real Sociedad at the crib. Just took, I think, not a pay cut, but just not as much as Liverpool was offering because he loves Sociedad that much. Yeah, I'm taking him to score assists. I'm taking him for his shots on target. Run up Zubamendi props. Madrid minus 1 versus Mallorca minus 110. That's wild. Vinny Jr. card. At Lenny money line against Villarreal. It's at plus 115. I got the number at plus 145, but now looking at the book again, it's trash. When you see, especially when Oaks said plus 160, that was also sad to hear when I only got plus 145. Man U, Fulham, both teams to score minus 165. Got a lot of juice, but I think that's an easy parlay builder. West Ham, Aston Villa, both teams to score over 2.5 minus 140. Just I hate the Premier League for that number. Man City money line versus Chelsea. It is sitting right around the plus 105 area. Leicester plus 1 versus Tottenham minus 130. I feel like Leicester just always gets Tottenham problems, and I like watching it happen.
Tottenham's also struggled away all last season.
Yep. Inter money line and over 1.5 versus Genoa -110. Milan money line versus Torino -150. Atalanta money line versus Lecce -120. And then Lazio Venezia, both teams to score -110. Lazio is wildly favored over Venezia, and I do like Venezia's attack. I don't know how trustworthy the back line is, but if they can just get me one, that's all I fucking need.
They got Gianluca Busio, baby.
Yep. Oh, also, and they have what's his name, Gressman, something.
Yo.
But my parlay is Madrid money line, Barca money line, Juventus money line, nice and chalky to start the season.
All right, I'm gonna go with Pereira shot on target from Fulham. I'm gonna take both teams to score over 2.5, and Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. That's -115. That's probably the best both teams to score over 2.5 number in the EPL. West Ham versus Villa. I'm going to take Villa on the draw, no bet. Brentford versus Crystal Palace. Brentford team total over 1.5 is +116. I think that's obnoxious for the Bees at home. Leicester versus Tottenham. I'm taking both teams to score over 2.5 at -140 because, Leicester can give Tottenham problems. They've struggled away from home, and if Jamie Vardy's playing, grab your vodka, grab your Charlie's. Jamie Vardy's throwing a party. Bilbao versus Getafe. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 12:15 with Leg, myself, and Nick. I'm going to go with Bilbao team total over 1.5 at -135. Valencia versus Barcelona. Give me both teams to score -130. Mallorca versus Madrid. Give me Madrid team total over 1.5 at -135. Valladolid versus Espanyol, newly promoted teams. Valladolid commits to their attack. Espanyol finished top of League 2 last year. They both made some decent moves, and both teams to score is only -105 here over in Spain. So I love a plus number on both teams to score. -105 is close enough for government work, so I'll take that. Genoa versus Inter. Give me Inter team total over 1.5 -140. Another kind of the same thing as Leg was talking about. I like Parma. Newly promoted Parma at home going against Fiorentina, who, yes, they did go get David De Gea, but I like both teams to score here, sitting at -135. I really like Parma. That's Carlo Ancelotti's club. I love seeing them back in Serie A, banging fucking kits and color schemes too. So give me Parma to at least score one here at home. Now that Fiorentina has had the best defense ever. But I like both teams to score there, -135. Cagliari versus Roma. So Jacob / whoever's, Jacob. Roma money line +100. Love that. Lecce versus Atalanta. Atalanta on the money line -115. Then over in France, I think there's a couple of sneaky good lines here. Remis playing Leal. Leal is in great form. They just knocked Galatasaray and Jose Mourinho out of UCL. Jonathan David on a penalty kick in stoppage time. They also beat them at home. So Leal is much more the informed team. They've been playing meaningful competition longer. And you're giving me Leal on the money line at +115 against a team who hasn't played yet? Yeah, give me Leal. And then Auxerre is, I'm sure I'm not saying that right, versus Nice. Newly promoted club versus Nice, who's fucking nasty up front. Yeah, give me Nice on the money line at +135. That's my 15. Oh, parlay. Parlay, let's do a both teams to score parlay. I'm going to go both teams to score. Valencia, Barca, AC Milan, Torino, and Man U, Fulham. That's all I got.
All right, bet. All right, guys, that's all we got for you. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at TwoFootTalk. That's where you get all the picks, all the shows. Everything is shared right through TwoFootTalk at TWO Foot Talk. Make sure you also go get you some TwoFootTalk drip, tftdrip.com. You can support me, support Oaks, get you some game day gear, whether you're repping an Italian team, Spanish team, English team. We got gear for you. Always creative for the fans first. As you can tell when you put a giant middle finger in Puta Barca and it's your best-selling shirt. Yeah, but we will be back tomorrow for the afternoon action in Spain around noon for the Bilbao game over on Oaks' channel on YouTube. You can find us here on Twitter as well, which is why you should always be following me, myself, and 2FootTalk and Oaks as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Oaks, anything to add?
I got a new Discord starting with Flash, who I worked with last year in BetUS. Ex-EPL striker, ex-scout for Leicester. We cover, obviously, soccer. We're doing a live show every Friday night, exclusive for the Discord. Flash is also a super good handicapper at fucking everything, NFL, NBA. He owns horses. He's doing the Breeders' Cup for us. So check that out. I'm partnered with Dub Club through that. My Discord, $15 a month. Links are wherever. I post all my stuff there, shoot the breeze about soccer, have a bunch of good research tools for you. Otherwise, like and subscribe on YouTube. Catch all of the free shows Leg and I, plus other guests, will be doing all season long. We're going to be doing those live streams like we did today and like we did for Euros and Copa. So yeah, that's really it. Check out the merch, tftdrip.com. Like Leg said, we got a bunch of banging gear. This summer was just way too busy. I gotta start making some new shirts and stuff. That Penguin John needs to come down because that one didn't move at all, and I hate that logo. So anyway, yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow at 12:15.
Yep, fuck what you heard.
This is what you're hearing.
2FootTalk.
We out.